Yeah, fellas, welcome to the show. Today's title is Short Men and Tall Women. I see this when I go out into the public. Every now and then I'll see shorter guys with taller women. If you're the average height of 5'5", that comes to this channel, this is what you look like. A woman does not respect a man that is beneath her. Now, think of it psychologically, from her psyche. She is above you physically. So what's that doing to her inner mind? Guys who are like this, they're usually very overly aggressive. They're trying to compensate to make it look like, okay, well, I'm as good as taller guys. Look how I handle this taller woman. If you have that, recognize you've got a short man complex and it's a weakness. In this situation, this is a case from the Perry Mason TV show, and she was using him. He's a disc or a what you call a jockey, horse jockey, and she was actually fucking this, a taller guy than her, and she was playing this dude because this dude was wide open, full of weakness. He was showing her off as look at my girl. She's taller than me. She's beautiful, and that made him open to be taken advantage of, to be used. When you have weaknesses, women can take advantage of you and use you. If you're insecure, they'll play on that. If you got the short man complex, they can play on that. Whatever your weaknesses are, you've got to close them up and get them handled. Now, this guy, he learned a hard lesson. And after his lesson, this is what he had to say about it.
Your wife. I got nothing to say to her, Mr. Drake. Like I told you, Mr. Mesa, it's wonderful to be free. And from now on, I'm going to pick on girls my own size.
And that's what I tell guys who are vertically challenged. Girls your own size. Recognize that if you're going for the 6 foot tall models and you're 5 feet tall, that's a mental weakness. A man should not look up to his woman, and a woman shouldn't look down to her man. That's just on so many psychological levels, that's just not right. I'm going to stop the comments on this video because I know how some idiots are. Why should I not get a chance to date taller women? Well, taller women don't really want to date short men on average. Short men on average. Because they understand the psychology of it. It doesn't feel right to them. So why waste your time? If you're like I tell my one brother on my site that's 5'3", you want to find women that are 5 feet tall, 4'11". And sometimes you may want to move to a different area where there is an overabundance of that. And that would be like Asian countries, or if you go down to Mexico. So you can get online, and I'm sure they got a Mexican dating site. Now, many of those women are out to play men, but if you're a player, you can outplay them. But in your area, there are women that are shorter also. And if you do an active search and put your search parameters at only a certain height, POF can be a great opportunity to see them. I believe they allow you to refine your search to that level. I've never looked at it, but check it out. If not, they have other dating sites that will allow that. I recognize that for our shorter brothers, it is harder when you're below 5. I don't mean to say beneath, but below 5'5". Now, as I said, the average height in this community of people that find a way on my channel is 5'5". So many guys are 5'5". And that's what causes their rift in their confidence, in their psyche. And I know it's hard when you're, remember I told you I was around the kings just for brief periods. And it's hard looking up at other men. I can only imagine what it's like, going through your life like that, always looking up to other men. So that does do something to your psychological state, to your manhood. And I agree the game is not fair, life is not fair, but we have to take the cards we're dealt and work them. That's what I try to tell guys who have low self-esteem from being black. Like I said the other day, we chose these bodies. I believe in this concept that we chose the bodies that we're going to inhabit on this plane. So my soul made a conscious choice to become a black man, to experience life in America as a black man, to experience the prejudice from white people, to experience the feeling of being beneath a race of people. And that's what it's like being a black man in America. A lot of black guys don't admit it, but on a subconscious level, we feel like we are beneath the dominant society. If you look at when we go to jobs, we bow to our white masters. I'm just call it that. If you're white, you have no idea what it's like to be black. I'm not doing a race card, doing a whiny thing. Just ask you to think about it. Think how people around you, view blacks. I'm not pushing the whole black consciousness thing here, but I'm trying to get into this. So we, as taller players, need to understand our shorter players, what they have to go through. They're always looking up at men, other men and women. Everybody's above them. And when you're 5'5", there are women who are 5'6", 5'7", tall giants. I don't like being around tall women. I was around a couple of females. I was even with a female who was 6'3", the one that I met outside the club. And I asked her, "Hey, you want to hook up?" She said, "Yeah." So anyways, that's the chick. And I didn't like looking up to her. I think I fucked her twice, and that was enough. A man shouldn't look up to his woman. The woman should look up to the man. I have old-fashioned values and beliefs, but those are still valid to this day. I know we live in a world of guys flipping the gender roles and all this other bullshit nonsense. But underneath everything, we're still old-fashioned. So if you're one of the shorter players, I urge you to look for a woman that's your own height or below. That way when she wears heels, she'll be up around here. Otherwise, this does not work. Okay? Looks like my title has scared a lot of males, which is fine. It is a serious issue out there in the game. If you're the average height of the brothers come here, I want you to think about what I just said. There's a whole sea of women that are beneath 5'5". If you're 5'3", there's a whole sea of women that are beneath 5'3". You just got to find them. You got to become a hunter like your ancient ancestors and figure out, where do they go? Well, they always have friends that are taller. There's no short girl club out there. So you got to find out, where do they go? And I suggest you look online. Use that as one of your first outlets. And they do go to clubs. Yeah, they do clubs. People, short girls, just like everyone else, they want to go out and do things. And their friends are always taller than them. And I kind of feel sorry for short girls because they're always looking up at everybody. But it's more fashionable for a girl to be short, and they're actually more attractive than short men. Because a lot of guys want the little Cupid doll type of thing. They have that weak ego that makes them want to feel like big men. That's why these PUAs go to Asian countries, because it's easy. Not all Asians want to date white men, but there's groups of Asians in those countries that do and will, and they know how to find them. They go to the clubs where Asian women go to meet white men. You never see them go to a hardcore all Asian only club. They know they're not welcome there. They know the clubs. Like when they go to Japan, they know where to go. They tap into the scene and they go to those clubs where Japanese, let's say Japanese women want to meet American or English or wherever they're from men. And like in the black community or the white community, when they'll say the race, they're kind of ostracized by their peers. But it is a market. You can be whatever race you are. It is a market. And Japanese women, they can be of all heights, from 4'11" on up, as well as I've been to Mexico. The hardcore original Mexicans, which are more native, I should say, because those are the people that were there before the Spaniards got there. They're like 4 feet, 4'11". The women I saw there when I was there, all the times I've been there, the natives, they were really short, as well as a lot of the Mexican women. And when I say Mexican, I mean the interbred ones that are bred with Spanish. All right, so good luck if you're shorter, on the shorter side. I wish you well in the game, of course. I don't want to see any male suffer that really wants to get a woman on his team. There are a lot of issues out there in the game, and I'm trying to help you guys overcome these issues to see will work for you. And sometimes we got to do what I call test marketing. Oops, really hold on. When you have weaknesses, there we go. All right, let's see who's here today. What's up, King? How you doing, Player Supreme? Man, I've been watching your channel since I was like 18. How old are you now? Yep, women should never look down on you, he says. Hey, Supreme, how should I be texting women? Well, I put out a product on that, but the original outline wasn't my outline. I had help from someone else to create that product. But I put my ideas in there. I used texting in my days to send messages that would penetrate their brain and stimulate them down there. Like for Jovina, I would send a message, take that ass tonight. I'm gonna tap that pussy. I'm gonna suck on your big nipples. Shit like that. I send sexual messages. I don't recommend you guys. I'm dating. So that's when you're dating. I didn't do the texting. I didn't meet a girl online and then start texting her. That wasn't available back then. I met girls online and I started what you guys call DM, direct messaging. We called it instant messaging back then. And texting, instant messaging, there's really no difference except you use a phone versus computer. And I would talk to them, communicate with them over instant messaging. We would have our conversations. And I'd go into my mind fucking stuff. I've showed examples of that here. Hold on. So I had long conversations. And that's what I'm really trying to get my guys on my forum. I'm getting ready to teach a class to teach guys. We're going to go from creating your powerful profile to creating a profile, getting photos right, all the way to laying the girl. That's where I want to take the guy from. But then you got to already have my product, my pure product. So guys who are on a pure product, we're going to go from your profile, perfecting that, all the way through communicating with her online, to getting that first date, to getting her to the bedroom. And that's what this class is going to do, take you from there to the bedroom. because I already done that with a guy that was on Tinder, and I'm not going to work with anybody working with Tinder. Tinder attracts a different type of personality that I don't want to work with. I don't want to work with males that are cheap and superficial and just want to fuck. I know it goes contraindicated to kids what I teach about being a player, but this is a different type of class. That's what I want are cheap motherfuckers, superficial motherfuckers, because they're hard to work with. I'm working with a guy right now that he keeps doing what I call the Braxton special. He resorts to cheap superficiality shit. Like I look at his conversation. He gave me access to his PO account because I accused him of hoe chasing, and then posted shit in my house. And he he was hoe chasing some of the contacts, but the three that he wanted to look at, and two of them, it was clearly they had sent him a message first. But he always broke it down to becoming cheap. Like he would say some cheap line, and then they would stop talking to him. I don't want to work with anybody cheap in this class, and work with stupid people, basically. So anyways, this is an example. Oh, it's the wrong one. Well, this is an example of what I would send. I'm conversating with a girl. I had sex with her. She got a squirting orgasm. I didn't know she could squirt. She said, neither did I. I think I showed this before. See how long my conversation is? I often had very, very long conversations with girls. This was I think it was an email or something someone sent me. I haven't looked at this in years. Oh, yeah, some bullshit. Okay. Yeah, this happened. If you can read that. What does a player do? I played the game. After you know who was at the club. Whenever I enter a room, I've already scanned most of it. I knew wasn't anywhere in the vicinity. So I gave a few moments of my time, then told her I was going to see my friend. And my friend was, at that time, spent most of the evening watching us till she couldn't take it anymore, then left. And then I had a conversation when I got home with her. And this is an example of conversation. So I had I was teaching guys this on the Pimps Network. So I put in stuff to preface what's going on. Pimp her brain back into the right gear. And it worked. She got back in the right gear. This was kind of stuff I said to her. This kind of stuff I would text. If I was to do texting, I would say something like this. I'm looking for a vessel to pour my love into, to feel completely with me, to open every ounce of my soul into. I'm a deep motherfucker. I know I look like a cheap black son of a bitch, but I'm actually very, very deep. And that's the way I talk to women back then. Where you motherfuckers has turned me into a cheap motherfucker. But I'm trying not to drop that far. But anyways, so you look at the examples of what I would send. The same stuff that I would send on a text message, as I said. Every ounce of my strength, my thoughts, my energy, totally engulfing her. And this is the words that put her back on the team after witnessing me. Then I do that. Does that make sense to you? Because that's what you call, check, see if your words are getting, and I said there, I do a roadmap to test the waters with her. Then she said, "You're not asking that for real, are you? You're not really asking me if this makes sense to me." And I said, "Of course it should to you." Then went back to spitting my game. You can spit game over texting. It just takes a long time. I prefer instant messaging. You type. I took typing in high school, so I type fast. When computers came out, it was even faster. I learned on those old-fashioned typewriters that you see in like a Perry Mason show, going back to the black and white days. Those old, you had to hit the bar to move it back. Ting, ting, that thing, those types. It's probably before your time. You have no idea of that there, King. So look at all the stuff that I typed. I'm pimping her mind out with this stuff. This is called mind fucking. I'm putting my game in her. And from her, I need every ounce of love she has to give. I'm setting the criteria to an open mind. I have a big empty space inside that needs filling. And I was freeing my heart. And I know that it's my creation and only I can heal it. But I'm not looking to heal. I'm looking to feel, then heal. Never mind having it backwards. I'm teaching, because women, when you tell women that shit, I know what they're going to say. No, you ain't saying shit to me. They're always going to do, but you want to do it. No, shut up. I'm talking to you. Shut the fuck up. Because it's my choice to make a woman whose heart knows no ends. The word no never comes from her lips. I'm setting the criteria. I'm programming her mind with my criteria. Or thoughts will never deny her man or turn her man away. Those are very important to me. Into the cold, her body will become my home. And as I told the fellas, this is the kind of shit that opens women's hearts and minds. Women always remember what you say. So you better spit the shit right into her soul. And I like talking to a woman's soul, into her undermind. Not to the conscious mind, but to the undermind. Her body becomes my haven for the world, where I can rest and find my strength. And this is what I'm going to talk about teaching in my course coming up. Because that shit works like a motherfucker. So texting and direct messaging, it can be the same thing. It just takes a long time. You can do it. I recommend you get her onto a direct mail app, because texting it takes, you're filling your little fingers around and doing all that shit. You can do it the same, but not what I recommend. Hold on. It looks like the battery is low. So far, I'm the only person I've ever seen that talk to women like that. And if you're cheap and superficial, it ain't gonna happen for you. That's why I don't want cheap and superficial people to come into my class, to buy my stuff, to study under me. I only want to work with guys who have some depth of character of their personality. J-Man, I'm white, but I feel like a lot of my own people look down on me. Why is that, Jay? Is it because you're poor? I've heard from older black men that a rich white man hates a poor white man. Mark said, so Supreme, what's the tallest you are comfortable with? Because heels can add 3+ inches, so I'm 6'1". The max I'm comfortable with is, I'm 6'1" as well, it's 5'9". Women, yeah, that's about right. There are times that Jovina puts on her 4-inch heels. She's 5'6", and she's standing, almost, we're almost eye to eye. I'm still taller, but she's uncomfortably close to my eyes. But it's heels. It's heels. So I know when she gets down, I'm looking way down at her. Jay Inri, I don't know if I agree with the idea of mandatory shorter women. I would agree that I would eventually get bored, but that probably exudes height. Let's see, Jay. Oh, so you're one of the shorter guys. And that's why I'm not going to allow comments, because you're speaking from your issues. And I don't want to have to deal with short guy issues there, Jay. No offense to you. You guys make stupid comments. I tried to show you what it looked like. And if you can't see that, I give up. Derek. What, yo? Huh? What up? He says. She could be under 5'5". She could only be 5'5" and under. 5'6" and 5'7" is and he goes, I'm 5'10". Okay. Jay Supreme, what would you consider a cheap line? Can you elaborate on that? Hey, beautiful. You have sexy lips, beautiful. How about you and I go to the movies, beautiful, after only having 5 words between you or 5 sentences between you? She mentions, oh, I like going to the movies. How about you and I go to the movies, beautiful? Do you see? Derek, the West has a lot of tall girls. It's weird coming from the East Coast. I didn't know that there, Derek. Maybe because of Hollywood. They come out here to get in Hollywood. I don't know. I know that when I went to Canada, everybody was taller than they should have been. What I was used to. Asians were 6 feet and up. East Indians were over 6 feet on average. And I figured it's probably the clean air and also the quality of food. We know that, our Asian brothers, they're normally shorter. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. But when they got to that better environment where better foods were and better nutrients, they grew. Like I said, I just gave a secret of why they're shorter. Let's take Jovina. Jovina's father is like, how tall is your father? About 5. Jovina, how tall is your dad? About 5'6"? No, you're taller than your dad, aren't you?
Yeah. Probably not. Yeah, he's probably around my height when I'm not wearing heels.
So her dad's like 5'6", and all the people from her island tend to be very short in the Portuguese race.
He has shrunk up.
And it's because they struggled to put food on the table. If they didn't work, they didn't eat. And it was a hard life in the 60s on that island. But when they came to this country, because of better nutrition, Jovina grew extra inches. Now her little sister's only 5'2", and about 5'2" around.
Yeah, her and my mom are the same height.
Yeah, and your mom looks like she's like 5 feet.
But I think I get my height from my grandfather. My mom's dad was tall.
Well, I just thought because of better nutrition.
He was about Stevens.
Yeah. Better nutrition and better foods.
Well, my grandfather did spend a lot of time here too.
No, height is inbred in the genes. Jay Supreme. Well, okay, let's see. Derek. I met this girl on Match.com. We talked about 2 weeks. She asked me if I was doing anything that weekend. I said I was just about to ask. I said, let's go for coffee and walk around downtown. Okay. You could have stopped it. I don't think sisters drink coffee if she's a sister. My knowledge of sisters is unfortunately not the best. I didn't fuck with a lot of sisters. I know white chicks drink coffee. But I don't see, I'm living in the black area. There are apartments around here. They have the welfare queens there. And they don't get up in the morning and go to a coffee shop. It's the working women that go to coffee shops and do the coffee. So I don't know what goes on in ghetto households. Dime Star Supreme. Do you know where Jamaicans got their accent from? I believe it's Irish. I heard it was because they had to invent a language so the slave masters wouldn't understand them. Oh, I didn't know that. I just know that their accents sound like, you know, a bad Irish accent. And there was Irish contact in the islands out there. In fact, Michael Nolan showed me a video. I think it was a video or something like that. Yeah, it was a video. And these people looked like they were mixed between black and Irish, and their accent was really Irish sounding. But I don't know. I know that here in the States, we developed tap dancing so that the masters wouldn't understand us, so we could still communicate. As we had our script from different tribes that had the drum script. And that script is a form of language. And they had the drum language, which I think was pretty clever, to be able to communicate over long distances. You had the drums. It's like in America, we developed Morse code. Same thing. Okay, Derek, she canceled on Saturday because her family was in town, then canceled on Sunday. Okay, I can understand that. I asked for her next week. She said yes. We met and she was talking the whole time. Just kept going. She's white. That's beautiful. That's beautiful to hear. I love when they keep talking the whole time. And I hope you, being the player, I haven't read your next statement yet, but I hope you, being the player, use that to your advantage, because that's like gold. I hope you didn't do an ego thing and think, God damn, how come I can't talk? Let's see what you did. After that, I told her I had a good time. After the date, she said, yeah, it was fun. After that, I tried hitting her up, but she didn't respond. Okay, so we don't know what happened on the date. It's been a couple days. Would you say she lost interest? I'd say that she didn't feel a connection. So obviously something happened during that to where she didn't feel that connection. When they lose interest like that, that means she didn't feel it. So somewhere in your communication, you didn't give her the impression or the feelings that she needed, that this is the man for me. And if you look back on that, maybe you're too polite. Maybe you didn't show your masculinity during it. You didn't shine, basically. And what say ye, Derek? Think back to the date. Think how you came across. If you're sitting there being prim and proper. And the problem with, when a lot of blacks will go for white chicks is you're too afraid to show your edge. And you want to be soft so that you're not scary black guy. And that's not what they're looking for, by the way. They want that jungle feeling. They want to feel their heart beating. They want to feel that black masculinity, that black power. And that's what I learned about white chicks. They love that black power thing. No offense to white guys listening. I'm talking about my experiences. They want that masculinity, because the problem, no offense to white guys again, is that her own group of males are dropping in masculinity. I've had so many white women say that white men just don't do it anymore for them because they're not very masculine. Supreme, I've moved out of my mom's, okay, that's Dime Star, house and cut off all the negative people in my life. I've been meditating and changing core beliefs. That's a damn good thing, Dime Star. And Derek, no, I definitely wasn't being prim and proper. Maybe I was talking too much slang. She's really nerdy. That might have been it. That might have been it. Even when you're talking slang and you show that you have knowledge, what was the subjects that you guys were talking about? Were they intellectual? Because I run across, white women are better educated than our women. I don't know if you noticed that. Far better educated than our own women. And we are. I asked one of the brothers yesterday, what's a quasar? Never got an answer. I believe it's Sharmar. Just to show the example of how badly educated we are. What's a quasar? And if she was talking intellectual subjects, you want to be able to show that you know about the subject. I've always blown them away. Always. So they're impressed. I'm sorry. Since then, I've felt a shift in myself, like I'm becoming, and it feels amazing, like I'm a king. That's a damn good feeling, Dime Star. Now we need to channel that energy into attracting women. Okay, Derek, keep talking, man. Let's figure out what's going on here. What happened? Also, beware of speaking a lot of slang to white chicks. I never spoke slang. You don't have to use slang to show that you have an edge. I've never done that. I don't even know slang. Damn, in fact, now I think about it, I'm the most un-black man I know. Fuck. But I've never been in the ghetto. I can only speak the way I was raised, from my experiences. She was talking about how she lived in Honduras, China, and Spain. Okay. Talked about her in college, what she wants to do with her life. Talked about what she wanted to do with her life. You said that twice. What were your responses to Honduras, China, Spain? Now, if she said Honduras, that's a Spanish-speaking country, and China and Spain, I would have talked about how I lived in Japan twice. Or if you've traveled somewhere, I would have interjected travel. I would ask questions about, what was life like in Spain? I'm really curious to know what was life like in Spain? And I would of related knowledge of the Moors, how they conquered Spain and Portugal, that I've talked to you guys about, that I've taught you guys. And that's the reason why I talk about this stuff, so you guys have some knowledge in your heads. As I said, so when you run into these white women, you can share some knowledge, show that you're not one of the uneducated blacks. That's the last thing they want on their team if they're from a good family and they've got a good education. They don't want ignorant blacks. The ghetto white chicks, the trailer trash, they go for the ignorant blacks. Okay? I asked her about how that was. Good. Heed and succeed. Play Spring, can you talk about signs a woman likes a man? Well, let me talk about the first sign that a woman thinks she's curious about you. She gives you eye contact. Okay? Outside of that, you got perimeter breaches. I'm not going to spend the whole time talking about this. I have a product on that. Go to my store. Okay? How to tell if a girl likes you and get the product. I have my girlfriend that she actually tries to act out all the different ways that I talked about. She did a pretty good job. But there's perimeter breaches. There's the hair twirling. There's the interpersonal communication. When you're actually talking to her, there's the visual signs of her eyeballs. I say, fuck all that. When you start trying to categorize all that shit, you're not listening to what she's saying. Your mind is occupied by, okay, she did this, she did that. And that's only based on your own fucking insecurity. When you ask me questions like that, that means that you're an insecure male. You just communicate to me that you're insecure. You can't even fucking tell when a girl likes you. You don't believe it. You don't trust your own attractiveness. You don't trust your own ability to be able to tell. If she's giving you eye contact and smiling, that's one good right there. If she's giving you eye contact, not smiling, that's a good one. That's all you need. Step the fuck over and find out. Instead of sitting here asking me this question to make your ego feel good, give you all these different signs and spending like an hour talking about it, you need to man up and step the fuck over. If you had a girl give you eye contact, step over. If there's no eye contact, don't step over. Because she likes you, she'll give you eye contact. She'll look you in the eyes. Not in your direction because she saw movement. I get that from beginners all the time. I thought she gave me eye contact. I was walking, she looked at my direction. They somehow think like idiots, that's eye contact. Eye contact is eye contact. That means eyeball to eyeball. Did she connect to your eyeball? Well, no, but she looked in my direction. Don't be an idiot like that either. He didn't succeed. He didn't succeed. Derek. And that's what made her go on and on and on. Good, which doesn't bother me. I felt like she kept talked. I felt she kept talked. Forget it. I told her about how my mom is a teacher and there are a lot of bad kids in the inner city of Pittsburgh. Okay. She even was making suggestion to me about going to Chase Field to catch an event. Then she just stopped talking to me. What happened around that time period? It was very odd. Something turned her off, turned her cold. Somewhere in your head, you had an idea of what actually turned her cold. She was talking about going to an event, then suddenly, boom, she stopped. Did you do something with your face, your body language? What happened? She was laughing at my jokes. Good. Supreme. Why do girls with boyfriends give me eye contact? That's one of the things I really can't stand. All they want, their brother, is your acknowledgement that you find them attractive. So it builds their heads up, their egos up. And if you give it to them, they won. They done bitched you out just to make themselves feel good. Okay? Doesn't mean they want to fuck you. They cheapen their relationship when they do that. They cheapen their males, their men, and themselves. They're so insecure they got to get out all the men in the room's eye contact. If you study that bitch, should do it to every male that walks by. Sit down and next time it happens, sit in the neighborhood and study it. Dime Star, it happens, Derek. Keep stepping. I've noticed when this happens to me, they always come back like tumbleweeds. Birdman, Supreme, do you suggest wearing elevator shoes if you're short? Hell fucking no. Birdman, I do not. Why? Because you got to take the shoes off. Just be honest. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys, don't date taller bitches with your elevator shoes on. See, that's a business that took advantage of the insecurity of short males. And they're selling some phony ass elevator shoes. It's comical. Just get a couple inches. Derek, I honestly don't know what turned her off. I even told everybody it went really well. Maybe because I told her how I partied all the time in college or didn't know much about coffee. That might be it right there. Remember, she's a educated person and you partied. Now, did you tell her what you did for a living? And what did you say about what you did for a living? Because those two tie in together. You partied in college. That means you didn't do well in college. That means you won't do well in life, by the way. So what are you doing for a living there, Derek? College was 3 years ago. Okay. If you don't mind sharing, what do you do for a living? Dupree Vom, do you get eye contact from black women, Supreme? Jovina.
Yes.
Do I get eye contact from black women?
Yeah, but they're usually giving you that why are you with her?
Exactly.
It's hate. It's hate.
I'm with Jovina. I get the hate look from women. I've gotten the attraction look as well. The reason why they give me hate look is because just a minute, because they consider me, even though I'm fat right now, they still consider me attractive on their level, some level. And that's why they're mean mugging Jovina. Oh man, he's a good one. And they actually think, usually it's not from girls I would date. because I'm in the South area of Sacramento, and a lot of the black chicks over here are fat and welfare freaks. Yes, I told her I was in IT. I told her how I just got a new job making $45K. Falcon, Supreme, I'm in college. I sometimes step up to these girls in my class who give me eye contact. When I talk to them, it's always just small talk and nothing happens. Well, that's your fault, there, Falcon. Small conversation needs to lead to big conversation, but it needs to happen over a cup of coffee where you can actually sit down and talk to them. Why don't you ask them on mini dates, little mini dates? Hey, let's go get a cup of coffee sometime. How hard is that to say, Falcon? Listen again. Let me say it again. Hey, let's go get a cup of coffee sometime. Hey, I enjoyed talking to you. How about you and I grab a cup of coffee sometime? How hard is that to say? Falcon, how hard is that to say to a chick? Practice it to yourself right now. Hey, Susie, I enjoyed talking to you, man. That was pretty cool. How about you and I go get a cup of coffee sometime and continue this conversation? Hey, you know what? I got to get to my next class, Susie, but I enjoyed our conversation. How about you and I get a cup of coffee and finish it? How hard is that to say? Can somebody tell me, will that break your vocal cords to say that? Will the sun stop spinning if you say that? Derek. Well, I said a 11K increase. I told her I was so glad I partied back then and got it out of my system. Okay. Unfortunately, Derek, I wasn't there. Something happened that turned her cold. I'm trying to find out what happened that turned her off suddenly. And unfortunately, I wasn't there to observe. So we got to just chalk this up to the game. I've asked certain questions and nothing's coming out. And chalk it up to the game, brother. It's too bad we can't determine, what turned this bitch off. But something did. And if that's happened on a continual basis, that means it's something that you're doing. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for, I just happened to say this and she got turned off, that one-time event. But if it's a continual thing, and that's what we need to determine, does this happen all the time? If it does, then what am I doing that's turning these girls off? Then you got to fix it. If it's a one-time up, don't waste your time on it. It happened. All right, Ryan Griffin. Hey, Supreme, what is your take on going out to the club alone versus going with a group of people? Okay, so if you're a beginner, it's better for you to go. It's better for you to go to the club with your boyfriends. You guys come in holding hands and be a gag of dudes, but it gives you some confidence, gives you some backup, in case you have problems. And when you become advanced, then you want to go alone. J-Man, I run into situations where women give me eye contact and then I approach, but they aren't interested. Are they looking at me because they find me goofy or something? Let's see, you're the guy that said you were short. Yeah, really. How tall are you, Jay? Because that might be it. And are these women that are taller than you? Derek, I'm too old to go out to party all the time. Let's see. I partied till I was in the club till I was 45. How old are you, Derek? What's up, KR? And KR says, it's really easy asking for a woman for coffee. Falcon says, I'm afraid if she turns me down for a coffee date, we will have a weird further interactions, and my class could make fun of me for being rejected. Then stay afraid, okay? Falcon, stay afraid. Continue this to your 30, 40-year-old virgin and have a fucked up life. If you can't go to the balls to get over this simple bullshit, I can't help you. I can't give you a magic line that if you say it, she will fall down right there and spread her legs for you. I live in the real world. In the real world, we grow balls, we man up. We take that risk. And if you don't have the balls of a man to take a risk, I can't help you, Falcon. I can't go ocus pocus, dominocus, and suddenly you got the balls and you're afraid. You got to grow your balls. What you need to recognize is this is one of your life lessons, and you're failing badly. Life will always present you, fellas, with challenges and lessons. I'm in one right now, and I know it's a life lesson, and I refuse to fail because those lessons will always come back on me. Falcon here has doomed himself, fellas. He's always going to be in the situation where he's too afraid to ask a girl. And life will keep pushing and pushing and pushing that lesson until he actually masters it. Then that lesson goes away. Then the next lesson comes. People who don't master lessons, they stay losers. They stay at the bottom. They stay desperate. They eventually become MGTOWers or incels or TFLs or one of these weird fringe online groups, pissed off and angry. When they really should be pissed off and angry at themselves, they transfer to women. Women just don't like me. If they go back to the original start of that shit, they realize it was their problem, like Falcon here. And Falcon, you take my lesson that I just taught you right now and use it or ignore me. It's your choice. Life is all about your choices, fellas. You got choices every day. You make the right choices, you come out on top. Like you make the wrong choices, you come out on the bottom. Derek, I appreciate your insight. It just really threw me off. Think about it. Go back and replay the whole event, Derek, to determine what did you say. Jamin says he's 6 feet. Okay, is there something funny about you? You got a weird looking head. You got to be honest with yourself, weird looking head. Do you mean mug these women? Are you staring at them before you notice the eye contact? A lot of guys, they do that creepy stare thing. And I bet you it's women that you find attractive, J-Man. He can see guys are risk adverse. What do you mean by that? By the way, fellas, it is a man's job to undertake risk. Go back European days, just out of the caves. They had to hunt. That means they had to leave the cave to find food. Every time they left the cave, they took a risk. Come forward a little bit further. Tribal times in Europe. Every time they had to leave the tribe to hunt, they took a risk of being killed by another group or being killed by animals. So yes, men, I'm trying to understand what he's talking about, but we as men, that's our job to take risk. It's only in today's snowflake society, as I've now used a new term, basically weak motherfuckers, where guys are afraid to take risks. They're afraid that I might be seen rejected in front of the class. Falcon, come on. Grow your balls, Falcon. You're a man. You were born to do this. Supreme, can you... Fuck. Can you still have women when you're overweight? I'm about 10 pounds overweight and it affects my mental. Oh, Jesus Christ. Really, Birdman? I'm 100 pounds overweight. I can still get women. I'm 100 pounds overweight. When I was in the game, I was 225 at my optimum. No, at my best, I was 215. But if I went to the doctor, they would have said I was overweight because I had too much muscle on me. But I didn't have a hardcore six-pack. I could lose 10 pounds. I could have lost 20 pounds, been super lean and ripped at 225. So I think I was at 225, I could have lost 20 pounds and been chiseled. In this photo, I think I could have lost, see, my cheeks aren't chiseled. I had cuts, but I had a, you see my abs, but it wasn't a hardcore six-pack. Do you see me worried about it? Or do you not see females in the background? I'm in a public environment. You guys worry about the silliest shit. You sound like a female, Birdman, also. No offense to you. Women worry about, oh God, I gained 5 pounds. Dude, that's feminine. Over 10 little pounds. I see if you're like 50 pounds overweight or 40. Man, I'm 40 pounds overweight. Can I see it? Shit, hell yeah. Eat a 40 pounds. Put on a lumberjack shirt and step the fuck out. Look like a burly man. You don't have to be Atlas to get females. If you look like Atlas, that's more power to your game. But women are fucking dudes who don't look like Charles Atlas. You guys don't know who that is. I don't know of any popular figures that got perfect bodies, but you guys do. Think of them. They don't look like that. They lay left and right. Derek, 27, but you weren't getting drunk. Yeah. Oh, you're 27. Okay. You're right. I wasn't getting drunk. KR, I know some 40-something virgins personally. Wow. Derek just got out of a 2-year relationship, so I probably lost some of my knowledge you taught way back in 2014. Is it possible that your communication style might have, because you haven't been out talking to women, you might have seemed a little stressed, a little uncomfortable, a little unsure of yourself? Is that possible, Derek? Because if so, that could be why also. You get nervous, she gets nervous. That means she didn't feel a connection. Something prevented her from feeling rapport with you. When you're on your coffee dates, you want to develop rapport. You want her laughing. You want her to relax and have a good time. That will create a feeling of rapport within your women. If you have the ability to master that whole situation and move her energy, that's when they get up off that chair or couch or whatever, and they go home with you. And that's what I did. Sir, which topic are you discussing now? All kind of topics, Sunshine. If you have something you want to ask, please just ask it. Dime Star, it's just a test, Falcon. Life is giving you what you want. Actually, not what he wants, but what he actually needs. To 4. Good-looking dude. Supreme, I feel for you. These guys need to do inner game first with your confidence kicker program before trying to approach. And that's from our good-looking guy. He can succeed. How can a man be more masculine? Well, I always tell guys the first thing you want to do, okay, if you want to increase your masculinity, let's increase it on the physical planes. Hit the gym. Go into the gym, get them under the iron, like a man should be, will increase your testosterone. Testosterone will cause you to become and act and look more masculine. That's the first thing right there. I do have a product in my store. I got a product for everything now. 8 steps to becoming a real man. You might want to get it. KR Hawkins, it's not a big thing, Falcon, if you fail or lose with women. There's so many in this country. Hello, Jake. Shit. Our boy. Let me find him. Here we go. Unfortunately, my moderator is not here. Okay, where was I? Derek says, maybe it was that I asked if she was into politics. Oh, God. Don't ever ask that. I like the beach. She doesn't. I want to move to California. She doesn't. I like cruises. She likes flying to other countries. Okay. Yeah, leave politics out of it. Your goal is to seduce her, not make her irritated over our own inner politics, our own idea of what politics is about. It's like if you're trying to be the seducer, if you're trying to get a girlfriend, then you don't want to date a girl that's a trumper if you're black, unless you're one of those black Uncle Toms. There was actually a biracial guy that on my site that voted for Trump, and I don't know why. I was too shocked to even ask him why. And then I just thought, okay, maybe because he's in between the races and he might have some, worship of his mom's people or something. I don't know. But the blacks that I see that voted for Trump, they tend to be a different type of blacks. If you're like that, then you guys fit good together. But if you're just a regular black, we don't like Trump, right? And she likes Trump, you're not going to work. It's not going to work. But find out after you fuck her. At least get some pussy for your time. What's so funny? What?
With a Trumper?
Hey, Trumpers fuck. And it's like, oh, I fucked you. And I hate Trump. See ya. And how's that Trump thing working out for you?
Yeah.
That's why I say on my way out the door. If she doesn't really see the Trumper, I'm going to make sure I tear that shit up. And I'm going to say out the door. How's that shit working for you? By the way, I hate Trump.
Now go tell Trump what you just did.
Yeah. You fucked a black dude.
That hates him.
Is this where, Jake, is this where is sign up for the Facebook group? I don't have a Facebook group for this community. I have a fan page on Facebook. It's called same as the title here, The Real Men's Channel. And Jake Greenwell is Jake, what are you saying? Is M a woman? Is who a woman? Are you a troll? I don't get you, Jake. If you're a woman, you have no place here. Get the fuck out. Am I allowed here? I'm a woman. Why are you using the name Jake? Carol, you got internet weirdos. Yeah. Women normally spell really well. Were you she must be using her boyfriend's channel or something, or maybe this is a dude trying to be a chick, pretend to be a chick. Were you a gym lad? I'm a personal fucking trainer. Jay. Yep, I find myself glancing at attractive women in public. I think they pick up on it. Okay. Sunshine. Your age, please. Jake says 14. Who's Sunshine? Man, the internet weirdos. Falcon, you're 100% spot on, Supreme. Thanks for your harsh advice because it's needed. I'm sorry for upset. You didn't upset me, man. That's my style of delivery to make you upset, to get to you. I've tried communicating normal to dudes. Hold on, let's get rid of this guy. Who looks at a man's chest? Okay, risk adverse means you don't want to take risk. Yeah, okay. and then laugh my ass off. Supreme, your eye contact thing does not work 100%. You say so yourself that some women give eye contact just to cock tease men, and I've been rejected by women who gave me eye contact. Nothing works 100%, Jade. I've said it before. If you think because she gave you eye contact that she's going to fall on the ground and spread her legs for you right there, you're an idiot. You're a goddamn fool. What do I say, fellas? Go over and see how somebody finish it for me. A Panani football. Edited, upload 6 videos under 24 hours. Wow, needs sleep. Who needs sleep? Okay, brother. You're tired. I get it. Yeah, that's what happens to me. There we go. See how deep the rabbit hole goes. Yeah, you forgot goes, not works. I say see how deep the rabbit hole goes. When a woman's giving you direct eye contact, that's a sign of interest. Even the nerds have accepted that. The PUAs. They're now actually teaching that now. After how many years of arguing with those idiots? They're actually now teaching that. Okay? And thanks for listening, KR. I hope you don't quit this stuff because of some of these nerds. I hate male nerds myself, but I like female nerds. I love female nerds myself. I love intelligent women. Eye contact does work when she has real interest. Yes, it does. And I've talked about women that give fake eye contact, sitting there with men, other men. I've talked about, and this idiot that just probably came in, he walked through a room and a girl looked in his direction, and now he says, it doesn't work. Or he's an idiot. He steps up to the girls and, hey, what's your name? See, eye contact signals you to step over. If you step over, you have no character, no depth to your personality. You have no game. Do you think that she's still going to bend over right there and let you stick your dick in her asshole and suffer that pain? If you have no character, no game? Where's that fool go? Where you at, dude? Jade Nantanio. Where'd you go? If you step over with no game and she rejects you, what does that tell you? Maybe you need to learn some game. Learn how to step over with a personality. The dude disappeared. Isn't that interesting? Could that have been one of the PUAs? Ditter Mati Supreme, how do you make some women approach you themselves like they did when you were in the game? I'd have a lot of women approach me there, dear. I had very few women approach me. And I've talked about that before. When they gave me eye contact, I stepped over. Okay? I'm not a bitch. And I've talked about, I don't like it when women approach me. I'm the man, I approach them. And I've not had good responses when women approached me. Like one chick tried to buy me a drink and she thought she owned me afterwards. I don't do bitch shit. What's your name again? I don't want a woman approaching me. That means she thinks she's got balls. That means she's aggressive. I don't want an aggressive female. I'm not a weak motherfucker, dear Matisse. I'm not weak. I don't have that weakness that males have these days. That I want her to suggest the sex. I want her to initiate the sex. I want her to get on top of me and slap me like I'm the bitch and beg me to say, whose is this? Dear, I'm a man. I'm not a woman. So you want to learn that tells me all about your masculinity. I suggest you maybe grow your balls and stop being a fucking coward and step to these women. Stop being a bitch. Stop the bitch assness, brother. You come to my channel, you get real game from a real man. I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'm not going to do that big, thin smile of Coach Corey Wayne and talk in a nice voice in a timid manner. I'm going to give you the real shit. To ask me that kind of question is some bitch assness. I don't lay down. I don't sit down. I step like a dude, like a man. Sorry, dude is an idiot. I step like a man. KR, sometimes guys assume females giving them eye contact, only they are glancing. Yep, dude disappeared. I guess he got his feelings hurt, or maybe he came in here just to try to shake up the channel or something. Who knows who he really is? Notice he's not saying anything. Jay. So it could be that some of the women I'm running into are just looking for attention or validation when they give eye contact. Okay, Jay, man, have you stepped to these females? Also, describe the places where you're at where they're giving you eye contact. 2 questions. Let's get to the bottom of this. Let's see. Did he talk? He didn't come back. Okay, we got some contact. Okay, I'm going to get there in a minute. Sometimes guys assume females give them, okay, Jay, so give some of these women looking for validation. Derek, I know next time not to ask about politics the first day. Okay, good. I thought it was something intelligent to talk about that I wouldn't. Did your politics match, Derek? That's my question to you. Did she have different politics? Because that's a touchy subject. I don't want to talk about it with my clients. I know some of my clients are Trumpers. Yeah, they're intelligent white people, but they're that stupid. They voted for. Never mind. See, I'm talking about politics on my channel, which I don't want to do. Did you ever have a woman flake on you in the game? Nope. Not that I can remember. Wait a minute. Well, what do you mean by flake? Because flake means, by the way, flake means they don't want to go out with you. They took your number on to be nice, and I never had that. I've had women cancel. They're supposed to come over, and we're supposed to fuck again. And I remember this one chick, her kid was sick, so she stayed home. I didn't go to her place because she had kids. I prefer not to fuck because I'm a loud motherfucker. I like to talk, and I don't want kids hearing that. What I'm doing to their mommies. So never had what you guys call a flake. Well, the guy's back. Let's see what's going on. This one girl was staring into my eyes for like 5 seconds. I talked to her for 30 minutes. At the end, I asked for her number, and she was really weirded out by it. It's like her scared or something. Okay, so you had one bad experience, and who knows what you said during that conversation that scared her, and you're going to blame eye contact. If she didn't find you attractive, you wouldn't have had the 30-minute conversation. Does anybody see that truth? Does anybody see that truth? If she was turned off by him and just trying to, it was an accidental contact, something like that, she wouldn't have talked to him for 30 minutes. So we don't know what this dude did during that 30 minutes. We don't know what his personality is like, if he's cheap and superficial. Like I talked about, they did some cheap platitudes. Hey, baby, how about we go out to dinner sometime? Or some stupid shit like that. We don't know what happened. Only he knows. Derek, wait, hold up. Guys like when women slap them? Bruh, what the fuck? There are guys that actually like that there, Derek. They like to be abused by women. I'll just show them, femininity. Feminine males. And Dime Star picked it up. It's probably your game. Thank you, Dime Star. To Jade. Obviously, it's his game. Because she didn't reject him the moment he stepped over. If there was no interest, she would have rejected him. By the way, there are women that will give you eye contact that got boyfriends as well. I done ran into a ton of them. We end up in bed talking about how stupid their boyfriends are. And by the way, they didn't tell me they had a boyfriend. I find out later on. So basically, you say they played me. I don't give a fuck. When women flake on you, they don't have interest in you. How to avoid, don't hoe chase. Exactly. Exactamundo. Okay, oh, fuck, I lost it. Supreme, you wrote in 7 Steps that you gave women your hand at the club. Yes. But what if, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm not going to look at the rest of it. You did a nerd thing to me. You're now approaching me like a fucking coward. Like a worm. Like a bitch. You said, but what if? Am I the kind of man that lives in a world of, what if they don't like me? Do you think I did that shit? But what if? You're going to say something stupid after the what if part. I haven't seen it. But what if? Who lives their life on what ifs? How many weak motherfuckers watching me live your life on what ifs? I've said so many times, I hate that phrase. I deal with it all the time from weak males. What if she don't like me? What if I get rejected? We just dealt with it from Falcon. What if she rejects me? That's basically what he was communicating. And that's why I get irritated. I go off. Let's see what he says. Wrote in 7 Steps Club, but what if? I'm going to let my players, my real true players on this call answer this bullshit. What if she's one of those attention-seeking women you talked about earlier in this broadcast? Oh, God, I think I'm going crazy, fellas. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Wow. Okay, so most attention-seeking women like that are with other men, and that's what they're doing it. Or they're with other girls who are trying to outshine the other girls in their pack. Now he's gonna say, well, what if she's one of those? Matisse, you have fear in you. Your fear is cut your balls off. You're coming at life half of a man. Reduce balls. Because you're doing a what if. What if she's one of those? Do you see how stupid that is now that I'm making fun of you? Do you see how stupid that statement is? How weak that statement is? How weak you truly are? If I came up to you and I slapped the shit out of you, you wouldn't do shit to me. That's how weak you are. If I, like that one idiot at the restaurant, I called him a faggot. I called him a bitch. I told him to stand up like a man. He just sat there. You would do the same thing. Because you're living in fear. You've got to kill your fear, Matisse. Stop that what if shit. That's what nerds do. I've been dealing with nerds since I got on So Suave. I didn't realize they were nerds. I just thought they just thought funny. they do all this what ifs. That's fear. Nerds have fear because they're normally unattractive and they've been, dissed by women. So they're afraid women are going to keep dissing them. You have fear in you that you're going to have to crush and grow your balls. The chance for being one of those 10 seekers, come on, bruh. How many guys have been to the club worried about that? You just find out none of these guys in the clubs ever thought of that. Who thinks of that when they go to a club, brother? Come on. Dupree says, I'm talking about flaking after interest. The only time as I told you, Dupree, the only time I ever experienced something like that was when something real happened. Okay? I had no idea about flakes until I came online. It was on So Suave. And I use that in my that one show that I did, debate with the School of Dating, I'm the goddamn dean guy who didn't show up for it. He sent someone else to represent him, of course. And I won. Because I referred to the flakes, the ton of flakes posts that were on So Suave. I had no contest or nothing to do with that shit. So I came to this community. So I didn't have flakes. She gave eye contact. I made her in the club. I took her to the dance floor. And let me go back to my America Live days. I'm on my stage, my box dancing. I'm looking down at her. She's looking up at me. I pull her up in the box. She gets to be center of attention. And I do all my dance shit on her. And then I always make sure I put my lips on theirs. And she returns it. Now, there was a time where both me and Thomas Negative experienced this. The girls would jump off the box after, I put my lips on them. I try to put my lips on them. I worked myself up. I did all my work on them. I didn't put in the work, and they jump down and run to a white guy, and they all leave, and they both leave after that. Now, I found out later that some white guys get turned on by seeing their women with black men. And that's what that was about. But, hey, don't experience that shit. Panani, forget her by, I can't read it. KR, women don't flake on guys if they have a real interest. You don't have experience with women, dude? Obviously he doesn't. Derek says, fuck. David came in the room. I see you, David. Let me get through this first. She's middle of the road. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Bam. There it is right there. I didn't give out any of my input, though. I bet you didn't. I wouldn't talking about conspiracy things with a woman. I don't know. I just say I'm liberal. Your politics, that could be a turnoff. Was she conservative? By the way, it's kind of a waste of time to talk about things of the past that didn't work. We're just trying to figure out, though, the only advantage here is figuring out, what you did wrong. For you to hold on to it and keep thinking about it, that's just going to fuck you up and fuck up your game. He'd succeed. How do you as a man stay strong when a woman is acting all feminine, cute, submissive, horny around you? Just those very things that you mentioned make me stronger. It amps up my testosterone. It amps up, by the way, testosterone is the physical response to energy of the universe that wants you to breed. It makes you want to breed. So I don't know what you're talking about. It's at those moments that fall apart, then you have trouble with your masculinity. When a woman acts all feminine, cute, I love that shit. It's submissive. You look who you're talking to. I'm the guy that likes them to kiss my feet Submissive? Hell yeah. And horny? Oh, bro, come on. Heed? Oh, it's in your name. You're stuck on the heed side instead of the succeed side. Derek, my dad actually tried to teach me to always think about the what ifs. You do that, by the way, and that creates fear. That creates fear. So you don't take risks. Now, that's is like what my mom was all about. And she wasn't about taking risks. Whereas my dad was about the risk stuff. Hubert, change yourself as a man inside. Don't wear a mask, Heed. What if she rejects me? I move on it. Her loss. Exactly. Kira, I can really see why nerds don't breed or get women in general. That's the other thing. I don't want to work with nerds anymore, as I was talking about earlier. It's just too hard to put balls in men that lack balls. David, Supreme, I have my own place now. Focused on my career. Things are going great. Next stop, need a woman that's going to inspire me for greatness. Congratulations on getting your own place, David. Tell us how different it feels to have your own place for the guys that still refuse to do that or still think, I can do it by living with my mommy. Now, there's one successful person that's doing it, but his mother's not really in the picture, and that's Bangura. And are you two from the same tribe, David? Bangura? I don't know if I've ever asked you what tribe you were from, David. Matisse, you agree with Supreme? I'm living. Your agree with you, Supreme. I think you would say, I agree with you, Supreme. I'm living in fear. I guess I think too much since I'm introverted. Yes, Matisse. I'm glad you realize it. Now we got to start training ourselves to stop that shit. I have a harsh way of doing things, but when it works, it causes a bomb to go off in guys' heads. We only have one life, going to make it phenomenal. Yes, you are. And by the way, David, you will be dating women. That's a positive right there. My dad told me to live my life in fear because you'll live longer. Okay. I don't, that's your father. I didn't teach my boys to live their lives in fear. From me, two of my sons own their own business. One son, my oldest, who's also a stepson, he didn't model his life after me. Actually, the other three, because my son Christopher, he's actually worked for himself and he has a job or had a job. He also became a personal trainer. My sons are happy in their lives. My mom wanted me to live my life in fear. She wanted me to stay at Pacific Bell and not quit. She wanted me to stay there and get my retirement, which I would have had a more comfortable life. But I wouldn't be here teaching you guys right now. I wouldn't have had the physical enjoyment that I've had in my own life. I wouldn't be able to teach. Like I can go and teach other trainers how to be successful in their business. I get to go and teach other aerobic instructors how to have a successful career. I could teach guys like I'm doing right now with you guys, how I met and mastered, keyword mastered, women. So I'm glad I didn't live my life in fear. I might have had a longer life, but what kind of life is it if you don't live to your full potential? That's not a life for me. Your dad gave you the wrong programming, Derek. It's time to reprogram, brother. Dime Star, your dad. Yeah, thank you, Dime Star. And Panetti says he's been rejected by many girls. No big deal. Sounds like you're hoe chasing, man. Because if a girl's choosing, how many times are you going to be rejected by a girl that's choosing? You suck. Hopefully by now you've learned the folly of hoe chasing, Panini, and you don't do that shit anymore. I know you're over there in the UK and you go out to pubs and you guys do the dude thing and cat call girls and all that kind of shit. That's just not my style of game. Falcon Supreme, can a girl be interested in you while you're talking to her, she seems to be just as friendly as she is to other men? Now you're becoming insecure about women talking to other men? Supreme, can a girl be interested in you while you're talking to her? She seems to be just as friendly as she is to other men. Do you see what you're doing to yourself? Do you see this is a fear question, right? You get that now? See, I see your fear. I see it in your questions. If you got fear in you, fellas, you see how it's coming out with this new question of Falcon? You guys saw the first question. Now look at his next question. His fear has control over him, as I teach you in my fear course. And it will find all kind of ways, all kind of pathways to show itself up in your life. Now he's worried about it being friendly to other men. And this means that what it is communicating to him, I'm not good enough. What does that mean? I don't love myself. I don't respect myself. Again, I'm not good enough. You guys get that? Using Falcon as our case study right now? Does anybody not see that? Let me know if you don't see what I'm talking about. J-Man says, I overthinking this whole thing. I'm glad you came to that realization. Okay, now David says he has his own place. In all caps, I feel like a man. Full stop. Remo's here. Welcome, Remo. If you could, I had a couple trolls. When they show back up, if you could, ban them right away, man. Do still focus on my man boobs or on my chest. Jay, I got my own place. Thanks to listening to you, Supreme. Good. And how do you feel having your own place, Jay, man? Derek Kelly, I was already 21 when he told me that dumb stuff. Dime, I don't live my life in fear. Good. Jay, man, I come from a family that lived in fear and preached how scary the world is, but listening less and less. Good. CL rule gaming and random stuff. Supreme, when you only approach women who give you eye contact, you're missing out since you're waiting until conditions are right to approach, which puts you into your head. They're back. Now watch me destroy this idiot. Let's see. Supreme, when you only approach women who give you eye contact, basically when I only step to women, they're actually interested in me. He's saying when I actually step to women that are interested in me, I'm missing out on chances of trying to convince a white woman to fuck a black motherfucker. I'm missing out on chances for that white woman to take the risk of her daddy hating her, her dad beating her, her brother beating her, her mother being disappointed in her, her church, her friends, her peer, her co-workers looking down on her. Have I made myself clear? Since you're waiting until conditions are right to approach. Why not wait for conditions that are right to approach? Let me address that one now. When is the best condition to approach, fellas? When a bitch wants you to. See, this idiot doesn't realize that women do the choosing. He is from the PUA group that troll the channel, and he's trying to bring that concept down because these idiots don't get it. Women do the choosing. Women do the choosing. Yes. That means that CL rule gaming and random stuff, that when you go up tap dancing and step touching and wagging your ass like a little puppy dog trying to convince a woman to fuck you, anytime it'll work for you, because she chose to. She liked either what you said or, you know, maybe the way you look. Usually it's the way you look, unfortunately. But think about the times when they ain't feeling you. Now, let me go a little bit further on this. Because this is the weakness of the whole PUA thing. When you start teaching guys like this, who look like this, your little techniques, do you think she's going to even give him the time of day to even say anything? To even get some words out? Or will she get the response I reported to you guys many years ago? Ooh, 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 a creepy nerd tried to talk to me. So instead of teaching you guys to become from here to here, you arm up with these fake stories, fake scripts, and you keep telling them, just calibrate. Nano. Do you speak my language? Got a book on picking up chicks, probably. By the way, I saw these movies. Loved them. Which of these three nerds think has a better chance of getting laid? Bam, of course, Clark Kent, obviously. So I say, let's teach this guy how to dress properly. Let's teach him that there are women that when he fixes himself up, that will like this guy or this guy. Now, my son was actually at a party he was at when he lived in LA. Of course, he looks nothing like his character. In fact, they were wearing the same shirt, he said. But if this guy can change into his normal looks, he attracts women. Look how he looks being this character. I say, let's change him to look more like him. Let's take him to the gym. Let's teach him how to have a fucking conversation. Let's build up his swag so that there are women that will like a guy his size. You know, he's going to get so big. So, only so masculine. So that he gets a chick that's on his own level. Let's go and see what this idiot has to say next. And there are no superior right conditions. If you get eye contact, step over. Exactly. Yeah. Let's see. See, these PUAs are, no offense, white folks. They think everything's going to work for them. They don't realize that, just being white, they're teaching white guys how to approach white women. And these women, they're looking for someone to marry. They'll get a sucker on the hook and get them into marriage. And they're usually IT guys. They make good money. I reported to you guys many years ago. I was in that underground shopping mall in Vegas, and I saw IT guys with these stripper-like girlfriends. I see what you mean about Falcon. He spews insecurity. Thank you. J-Man, having my own place. has been challenging, but there's a peacefulness about it. Falcon, you're again spot on, Supreme. It surprised me how much you can tell about me from just my comments. People tell me about my lack of self-love and fear all the time in real life too. Dime Star, I feel the same way. I feel more at peace with myself and I can focus more on my inner self. He to succeed, real talk. Remo, CL, just came to make a comment and go back to lurking. He didn't make a comment, huh? Pretty fucking cowardly, CL. I'm trying to debate you right now. Jovina. Why the key? Let's see, okay, you know about PUAs, right? They got these magic scripts, magic stories. Yeah. Well, you never seen we've seen PUAs, but you never been approached by them. No. Because you went to pretty much, it was a black club, pretty much.
For the most part, yes.
Although there were a lot of white people there, but a lot of older blacks went there. From your past, anybody ever hypnotize you into bed? Or did you not choose? And I observed you at the club. You had a lot of suitors after you.
Suitors.
I've been watching Perry Mason. I'm in old
yeah,
school.
I see that.
The dudes, a few guys that you did sleep with, did you not choose?
Yeah.
Or were they able to?
Nobody hypnotized me if that's what you were talking about.
Yeah. I don't see why that concept's so fucking hard. So for these PUAs to understand, women choose who they're gonna let. Let me say this: women choose whose dicks they will suck. Remo said the band hammers stay charged. I don't know what Canadian Freeman said. I'm glad you're on duty, brother. They want to come in and disrupt the conversation here. And I'm holistic, about what I'm teaching. It's what I did mostly. There were times when I'm standing on the club, when I'm in the club, and there were, a girl said, okay, I'm going back to my girlfriends. And I didn't want to feel like, I didn't feel like going, sit down. And I'd grab girls that are, walking by just to dance. I don't recall any situation where I ever took any of those girls home. That's why I tell some fellows I want to go to the club and just ask girls to dance. And I tell them, don't try to pick them up. You're there just to dance, to enjoy being in the club because they're scared of the clubs. They're nervous about dancing. Let's see. Reno says because they are full of hate and insecurity. Kenya, player, what's good? It's been a while. It's been a while. 100. Black Fist. 100. What's the phrase? Black first. Now, if you're white, don't get upset. We're not doing anything here. Got some PUAs coming in. And I wonder where they're from. That CL guy, Center of Truth. You got to admit, PUA game works. Dating is a numbers game. Yes. PUA doesn't work, but it is a numbers game. I've always admit that. Don't ban this one yet. He's the same guy that came back. See the fake name, Senator of Truth? And he has a fake image up, it looks like. I'm a man. I come at you like a man. I don't come at you like a rat in the dark. I don't do rat in the dark shit. MGTOW and Asperger's. Is this you, Senator of Truth? You're actually a black man? Let's see. It's going somewhere. Does that look like him, fellas? Light skin. Black YouTubers telling other blacks to stop talking about women need to shut up. Does that look like an angry black man? What the fuck's going on with you, dude? He's actually light skinned too. And he's MGTOW? Let's see this. 31 videos. I like to find out about people when they come in here. See if they're real. Oh my God, what a geek. Dude, that can't be you. You must have been a kid then. That's him. There's the hat. Now, what is he whining about? How the system is making women victims. Invest in your health club. Look what I bought. Why black unification will ever happen. I guess speaking against black unification. Okay, a lot of men on YouTube hate women. They in denial. Why black YouTubers tell the blacks to stop talking about women need to shut up. I disagree with that. I say stop talking about women. Quit whining. A man isn't a whiner. That's some bitch asses. I don't know if you're from a single parent family or something and you learn some bitch assness, but that's bitch assness. They're black men. Most celebrities are hypocrites and black rappers are not for blacks. I agree with that. What dating coaches don't tell you. Tell me what I as a dating coach don't tell. Some women can straight witches. My Facebook story. Okay, so you had problems with women. Younger men have lower sexual. What is the symbolism of sex dolls? Why you should be respectful in rejection? I agree with that. Respectful in rejection. And why feelings shouldn't be outcome based? I agree with that. How most fitness YouTubers are not actually teaching fitness. I don't watch them. I don't know. I'm looking at your view count. Nobody's watching your videos, but you want to make a name for yourself. Is that why you're here, Senator of Truth? You must admit PUA game works. No, it does not work. I don't know if you ever have been out there in the game. You're light-skinned. You got to inroad to sisters. What are you worried about? A sister break your heart or something? Are you one of those MGTOWers that have trouble in the courts? Get a good attorney, dude. Don't let a bitch take advantage of you in the courts. Now got you on YouTube whining and bitching like a female. Derek, how long should you talk to a girl online before ask them on the date? When you feel the rapport. I showed you how long my shit was. That's not even the beginning of it. When you got her so amped up on you that she really, when she throws that number at you, by the way, that's when she's really interested. You've got that on the hook. Okay? I'll talk to a girl at least one and wait a while. No. Then they end up asking me, okay. If you talk to them one time, that's cool. I like to get them totally amped up. So get them from that couch or that chair to my apartment was easy. Derek asked too early. Remo. Crap. Fuck. See, when someone says, you got to admit, no, I don't. I was around when PUA first started. And this guy, he's new to YouTube, as we see by the, let's go back to his first one. Brand new to stand up on his soapbox. What I've learned is that not all light-skinned guys have game, and they don't know how to use their skin tone in the black community. And he must be like one of them. And this must not be his first YouTube channel. He goes, I'm back on YouTube, but here are the conditions. Look at that mug. Yeah. I'm leaving YouTube, and this is not clickbait. I'm back on YouTube. This brother don't know if he's coming or going, coming or going. Why I don't like Jodie Whittaker being the new Doctor Who. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. Let me get back to this. Remember, I show a friend who was trying to lose weight. And she said, you were fat, blah, blah. Senator, no, it doesn't. I don't know what you're talking about in the first statement. Said I was fat? I'm confused. All right, Derek, don't mind putting them, don't want them to lose interest. Michael, PUA is robotic numbers. Yeah. See, that's the way it is in the real world. Guys at Hoe Chase, it's a numbers game. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to go around. And it's always numbers game towards the hottest chicks in the room. What does that do to those chicks' heads? It blows their heads up. So it overinflates their value. Remo, and I told them to do your ab blaster and then come back. Good. Okay. Oh, they're calling you fat. All right, well. Give them one of my ab programs, the videos, and let them try it. PUA also stacks stories. They don't know how to have a conversation. True. They don't teach them how to have conversations. Just stack stories. And as you guys know, women love to talk. When you're yelling stories in their face, you turn them off. Let's see. Who are you looking at, Supreme? That guy that came in saying, you got to admit PUA. I took a screen name and put it in there. Senator of Truth. I guess he's gone now. I hope he wasn't to do those trolling my channel. Black guys, we don't normally troll. That truly is a white guy thing. A number of these PUA teachers prey on guys. They're insecure in experience. They promise fast results with magic tricks and techniques that don't work. I learned that firsthand. Yeah. Unfortunately, they're scam artists. Many of them are scam artists. Many. Fuck. Birdman, Supreme, I'm 30, and there's women in their 60s give me eye contact. Does that mean they want me, or do they do just how I look? Why don't you, it kind of weirds me out. Why don't you step over, Birdman? Aren't you that tall dude too? I think we've had communication before. For you to be as big as you are, you lack balls, brother. You're young. Can't see you. No. Can't find you. Step over, find out how deep the rabbit hole goes. Okay? Looks like I'm at the end. These two are talking to each other. You notice the dude disappeared? There's actually Remo. Panini Senator is a gaming nerd who wants to talk about big boy topics. Michael Nolan, if they're not into having conversation with you, they will do two things. One, they will dismiss themselves in a nice way to get away from you. That's true. Or tell you to go away in a rude way. Versus going for eye contact. He's talking about hoe chasing. What will happen are two things. Either the chick will dismiss you in a nice way or tell you in a rude way. He forgot about a third thing, which is what these guys are banking on, is talk to you. When you hoe chase, it's a numbers game. And that really depends on how good you look. I've said it so many goddamn times. If you're in the black community, all you got to do is either be mixed or light-skinned. That'll get you a leg up. And in the white community, if you're a bad boy, if you are good looking, I'll just use those two. There are other things, like money, prestige, all that kind of stuff. But if you have a leg up, they'll talk to you. Professional racing driver comes in and says, can you give me a free copy of Confidence Kicker? Because it's just a digital file for you. The band hammer is warmed up. Robert, how do you feel someone's energy? Can you explain energy? Wow. I'm going to send you on some research there, Robert. I want you to go find out for yourself. Okay? I talked about this yesterday. I actually went through an exercise online about it yesterday. So, Robert, I want you to go and search right here on YouTube. A lot of good information out there. A lot of good videos. How do you deal with females who are students with little money? I don't. And my son did not either. If they didn't have money, they didn't qualify. And yes, I've dated women that were of student age, but if they didn't have a job and money, I didn't run into women. Women with little money can't get into clubs. In fact, Jovita's first woman I ran into with very little money. And I did not know that when I met her. Derek Kelly, I remember you talking about motivational board in your Confidence Kicker. Those really help. Those really help! Exclamation mark. Good. Michael Nolan. Let me say something. I hate people come in and asking for just give it to me for free. Those type of people, they don't appreciate what they get. I would never do that anyway, but I do know for a fact they don't appreciate when they get stuff for free. It goes half used. They don't value it. And they don't value themselves. This person will never accomplish anything in life because he will never invest in himself. He will always stay broke and poor and desperate. Derek, okay. Michael Remo, there's a lot of struggling students out here in NYC. They can struggle all by themselves. Remember, Remo, I wanted women that had money because I was taking care of my family. So I'm not going to spend money on a woman that could go to my kids. So I needed women that had money. And my son, he didn't have a car, he didn't have a job, he couldn't keep a job. They find out about his record and they'd fire him. So he needed women that had money also. He had no problems. Didn't realize there were a lot of students out there. There's a lot of students in Sacramento because we have the university. We have a bunch of junior colleges around here. We also have the university here. And I didn't deal with them. Professional race driver, that will never happen. That will never happen. I hate to do this. People that come in begging, it's a waste. I've seen people raise up out of a poor economy. I bet you that dude goes to the club every weekend. It's also insulting because it means I don't value what I put out. And I've learned this from white people. I didn't really have that mentality until I actually learned it from white folks. Do you think, and if I was white, do you think he would do that? If he's white, he knows how his own people are. They don't do shit for free. And I'm also learning from watching the Perry Mason show. The guy, Paul Drake, he works. And I watched how, they always show him giving the bill, his bill for his work. And I've been shaking my head to that. Yeah, that's how it is. When you do work, you bill for it. You have every right to be paid for your work. So you guys don't ever give yourself away to anything for free. Don't do things for free. And I also learned this from an attorney. See, when I was doing the black thing, I like to get, the hook up. And I had this attorney, I had this situation where I can't remember what it was, but he was one of my clients. And he taught me that, you don't ever do, because he's an attorney, you don't ever do anything for free, even as far as putting a paper clip on a piece of paper for a client. That's why when you go to hospitals, they bill you for everything. For a Band-Aid, they got a bill on it because they pay for that shit. It's people that are consumers who don't own businesses who think the way that this dude thought. They will stay consumers for the rest of their lives. They'll always be at the bottom. And for me to start dealing with bottom feeders, it's already bad enough in this, YouTube stuff. No offense to you fellas, but it's already bad enough. Remo, yeah, I feel the same way. My money is for me and my family. Can't be out there acting like FEMA for females. Good. Banhammer has spoken. Yes, it has. Hurt Locker, hey, real man, it's Hurt Locker. Remember me from Karen's stream. Not kind of, just vaguely. He's talking about Karen Lee Potter. I was just looking at her video, one of her videos last night, something to do with purple. I watched a few seconds of it, but I was I was doing my Perry Mason thing. I was waiting for Jovina to get out of the restroom. But what's going on, Hurt Locker? Michael Nolan. If you look at Karen Lee Potters, I don't know how you. She's Jewish, so I don't know how you pronounce her name. If you look at her, she charged for everything. She actually does, some stuff for her. That's whatever it is. It starts with a P word where you pay her extra money. She does, private dances and stuff and all that kind of shit. It's her time. Karen Lee Porter, I think it's Potter. Is there 2 T's in Potter though? I don't know how you pronounce the name, but she says he talks to porn stars. Okay. I already knew that. They're Michael Nolan. Let's see. J-Man, doing things for free sounds like a nice guy behavior. Yeah. James Martin, one thing, a girl bought me a drink, all because I decided to talk to her like a human. I used to be a weirdo. That's a good lesson right there, James. Her locker. Oh, not much. Just going around, joining streams, and saying good vibes. Well, thanks for bringing a good vibe to the channel. Derek, she has a channel? Question mark. Yes, she does. There's what I looked at. It's called Karen Lee Potter. And when she does a live one, if I see it, I'll sit in sometimes. Tell her I plugged the channel. Thank you, Patreon. She has a thriving Patreon account. At least I believe she does from when I watch her videos. She has no problems selling her Patreon business side of the business. And that's something I still need to learn from white people, is how to sell myself like that. Because they have no problems doing it. I shouldn't either. I still watch the people you suggest back in 2014. That's good. Not sure who I suggested back then, but that's cool. Michael Nolan, she sits in with porn stars. The odd time. I don't know what you're saying. Hubert, how come karma hasn't affected you in the game after breaking, destroying those females' soul? Because the other side of it, I saw the truth of it, Hubert. Glad you asked this question. Is I bought change into their lives. After me, they were done with players, and they went on to find boyfriends and settle down. My ex-girlfriend Susan, she's married now. Also, I bought the best sex they have ever had. I bought friendship. I also tried to improve their lives. It's when I left that their lives were destroyed. The fact that of me leaving, they could no longer be with me, have my energy that I put into them, that caused the destruction. Do you understand? It wasn't like I got with these women and just destroyed them. Who wants to be around destroyed women? By the way, the women that, bowed, kissed my feet, they wanted to show their love for me. Okay? How else would I be able to pull a girl that I broke up with into one of my conference calls a long time ago? Why would they still be connected to my Facebook account, my private one that you guys keep trying to sneak into, and I keep blocking you every time? Don't look for me on Facebook, except under Zen, last name Mac, my business name. Why would they still be connected to my Facebook? And Susan was there till this recent election. So yes, I broke them down. I broke that barrier down where, you know, the way other guys treated them. And I told you I set them free though, and still gave them the best sex. I allowed them to express their sexuality in bed. A lot of women are afraid to, like one girl, she was afraid to squirt. She was afraid to relax because she might squirt. She actually had that fear. And I talked her into relaxing. So I don't see it as necessarily my being with me was a total negative. And I actually looked at this from a metaphysical standpoint, and I see the good that I bought. That's why I said being with me was a gift. What other black man you gonna see that's like me? Most black men, you know, I'm not gonna put my race down, but you never seen a black man like me that talks metaphysics, that I'm putting energy into them. Where's that energy coming from? So these women are full of my energy, and don't think it didn't benefit them. Yes, it made them addicted to me. And yes, I loved it. I took advantage of it, you could say. They bought me shit, but that's an expression of their love for me. Yes, I had issues inside because of childhood shit, having a hole in my heart. As I said earlier, I told that to a woman. I know it's there, and I got it backwards, but I'm seeking to fill. And that's what I did. I filled myself with their love. They had to fall deeply in love with me because that's what I needed. In exchange for that, they got damn good sex. I got them as many nuts as they could handle. Long time ago, I videotaped it, and we lost count of the times the doctor girl was coming. In the audio file, you guys probably, some of you guys have heard, we lost count of the times that girl came. And I still got videos around here. I think actually Jovina threw them away of me fucking. Do you know there are videos around here that I'm fucking?
I don't know. You have videos in a box that I don't know what they are.
Yeah, I have videos in a box. You don't know what they are. That's me fucking, baby. Fucking the shit out of women.
That's nice, dear.
That's nice, dear. Oh, well. James, I'm working on being self-employed one day. My first full-time job, I realized I could not do that for 20 years. You have the entrepreneurial mindset, James. That's why I realized I can't live my life like this. Hurt Locker, I learned very well from her and Trip Advice. I just point out Trip Advice. He's actually a channel, and there's people behind him, but they give good advice. I think I said that yesterday. I'm going to call me ranks since I've met with a lot of struggling women. Yeah, don't do struggling women. Oh, God. Michael Nolan is perversion. I must tell about anal thing. That's something they should know. Huh? I must tell about anal thing. That's something they should know. If you're going to refer to me fucking women ass, remember I gave them pleasure. Remember I told you that Sarah got 5 orgasms with my dick in her ass. I learned, I'm not going to say where I learned that, but I learned how to do it. How to have anal sex with women and they actually have orgasm. Because I learned to manipulate their clits. I have long enough arms if I'm hitting from the back. Either hitting from the back or them on their backs or them on top of me. I can reach my fingers in there and manipulate the clit so they have an orgasm. And it actually feels good to them. Hubert Ibabo, who must be some kind of Christian freak. If you're in the game, what did you give to do this? There is nothing for, I just explained what I gave. Do you know how many women don't get orgasms out there? Now, again, I said I was with white women. I went for ones that I tried to go for ones that didn't have sex with black dudes ever, before I. But I would find that out afterwards. That's why I went to white clubs. Okay. Hurt. Why do you call yourself Hurt Locker? That's not a very positive name, though. Now I'm here to listen to you because she spoke highly of you. Oh, good. I'm glad she did. Well, you may not want to listen to me because I was a player. I was a supreme player. That's why I have photos of women doing things for me, like kissing my feet, holding signs, saying property of, but proudly. I'm not necessarily the best person to listen to for dating, but I will give you the truth about the dating game. I would never lie to you about it or try to mislead you to sell a product. Michael Dolan, Remo says, how come you're not on the forum anymore? Remember, he couldn't even figure out how to make a fucking post. All he did was post anal sex shit in the chat box. No, thank you. Let's leave Michael Nolan where he is. If he can't figure out how to make a fucking post, Remo, that means his mind, it may not be of what we need there. Hurt Locker, that's because they know you treat women the right way. What do you think the right way is to treat women? Unfortunately, it's not the way Karen would say it. I was more of the bad boy there, Hurt Locker. I never talk about politics, women care, says Falcon. Do you think I can solve my inner issues with your confidence course plus fear? I would hope you could. That's why I put it out. But you get what you put into it. The knowledge and the exercises and the thought is in the program. If you use it, you'll grow from it. Okay? I can't promise 100%. Because the type of man you are is what you're going to put into it. What was the name of Anal Freak? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, it was the Greek girl named Sarah. Now, she was the anal freak. And she was actually Greek, too. Believe it or not. What are struggling? Poor women. Yeah, don't have a car, job, money. So many women are willing to blah, blah, blah. Truly enlightened. Good afternoon, Jim. Good afternoon. Truly enlightened. Hurt looks I need to try that. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Kara, sorry about the bad grammar. I don't have my glasses on. That's why I'm wearing mine. There, KR. But damn, you must be blind as a bat. You can't see the keyboard. You got them real thick goggles. Now, I went and saw the movie It yesterday. Remember I told you how they always have homosexual content? You guys will see the movie, you're not going to see it. But let me address your point to the scene. They have those little boys in their tidy whities. And that's the homosexual content. Little boys in tidy whities stimulates homosexual males. That's why they have the Mambla Association. So the homosexual content is there in the movie. What channels would you suggest watching on YouTube? I watch Alpha M. I don't know. I recommended Alpha M yesterday. Jovina likes him. I've seen some of his videos. That Trip Advice is good. I don't go to other people's channels. I don't seek out information. As far as I'm concerned, none of them are above me. Okay? So I don't go to other people's channels unless it's for entertainment or just see who they are. Someone mentioned them. Karen Lee Potter. I like a woman's advice. Now, years ago, I recommended Marnie. Marnie now has a crew behind her. She's, mobbed up. So I can't really recommend her anymore. The other girl that's popular, she started as a crew. My boy Craig turned me on to this years ago. Marketers saw the value of YouTube and it's growing. So they came in and they create these people. And it's really marketers behind it. They find the topics to talk about and they put the problem up and they have them talk about the shit. I don't like the fakery shit. Marnie, she started in this business to make money by giving her advice. And she was doing so well that I was approached by these people as well. There's tons of companies out there. They approach you and they sign you up and they give you a check. And I refuse to get a check. I'd rather do it myself. Because they take control of your product, which is what you're doing. Let's see. Wing Girls. Yeah, that's Marnie. I used to watch Tyrone Magnus, but he reacts. He does reaction videos now, I think. I haven't seen him in years. I actually did a show with him and his girlfriend at the time. Karen Lee Potter, and the porn star. I'll ask them how about anal thing. Okay. There's nothing perverted about that, Supreme. What's perverted is you always ask it. You became obsessed with it. You're obsessed with anal sex. Remo have to pay to get back on. That's it right there. I wish there was a way to stretch this box out. I can't work with this shit. Truly enlightened. Michael Nolan, why are you always talking about anal? See? Truly enlightened recognize you always talk about anal sex. That's one of the things that when I watch Karen's channel, she attracts some weirdos in there, unfortunately. And I feel sorry for having to deal with that shit. I wish I'd like to mod her channel and just get rid of these weirdos. So because she puts herself out there, she's going to attract weird motherfuckers. And some of these weird motherfuckers think they're normal dudes. And she's got to tell them, I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to talk about that. How did you get so many chicks to do it with you? If it's okay to ask. It's okay to ask that. I learned how to, well, number one, I come from the clubs. That means I'm a black guy that went to white clubs as a good dancer. They admired good dancers. Back then, I stopped going to clubs in 2005. Up until then, I was a good dancer. I could use my dance skills to attract their attention, but also pull them into, my dance style and all that. They got turned on. I'll take them home, and I learned how to give girls tons of orgasms. Now, think about the last time you had sex, if you ever had sex before. How many orgasms did the girl have? Can you count beyond 20 if they were very orgasmic? Either way, I only stopped when they couldn't come anymore. Then I allowed myself to have a little piddly orgasm. How many men out there do that? Now, I'm 58 years of age. I was trained in the old man style, the old school way of blacks, and that was to satisfy your woman first, then take your pleasure. So I'm on the old path, and I took care of business first. Also, I learned how to talk to their mind during sex. Something I developed that I coined mind fucking. I studied self-hypnosis in the 9th grade. I'm now 58. Think about that. I sold hypnosis products to the mail before I tried to. I failed at it. So I knew about hypnosis. So I'm in bed with these women. I know about the subconscious mind, and I'm talking to their subconscious mind. while they're having sex. Also, I'm very metaphysical. I was a second level Reiki master healer. That means I know how to move energy. So I did all that on these women. So after all that, I don't know if you can even fathom the effect, even an ounce of the effect that I had on the women. But I had a very powerful effect on the women that went to bed with me. Not only did I satisfy them physically, emotionally, mentally, and energetically. Let's see. No, not this one. Damn it, not that one. Hold on. Let's see. Nope, we don't want photos. I think it was this one. Okay. As you guys know, I always prove my game. What does the woman say here? Hurt Locker? Your energy is so strong and a bit overwhelming and a bit scary. One woman that's in the Sacramento Bee newspaper for Sacramento, California, said I engulf her. And this is not the first time she had sex with me. People that treat me like sponges, you are like some kind of sucking machine. So she was aware of energy. Okay? Hold on, I'm looking for something to give you a real proof. I thought it was this one, but it's not. Maybe this one. Okay. What happened to her after she had sex with me? Can you read that? Can you read what she also said? Wow, the smell from between my legs is amazing. I don't want to take a shower. So obviously I'm having some kind of effect on these women. Have you ever seen women say that to you? Any of you other guys say the smell from between my legs is amazing? So obviously I learned to do something different. I started reading books back in high school on how to give women pleasure because I wanted to become something that I read in a Hustler magazine that I found on the side of the road. It was called A Super Seducer. And they talk about this man that could go into a club and he'd hook his thumb to his belt, and within an hour, women would leave with him. So that's what I was trying to learn, teach myself to become, was called a super seducer. And I accomplished it, obviously. They also had a story about they talked to an old black man that was some kind of gigolo or Mac, and he talked about how he had sex with girls and stuff he would do in that same magazine. Okay. So with that, can you not now see why women might hold a sign saying property of? Because I own them in the bed. And some women, the women I would run into, they want a dominant male like that. I for some reason, being the person I was, oh, what happened? Hold on. Let me go back. You guys know what I'm doing. I'm showing what I look like in the game. So you can get an idea. So obviously, I'm not a weak looking motherfucker. I was a masculine, dominant male. So obviously, I'm not a simp in bed. I was on a seek and destroy mission, pretty much. And I was going to get that nut from her, okay? Hurt Locker. Now you can see why it worked for me. Truly enlightened. Missed yesterday's show. I had to leave. Okay. Okay. The Taihi scene was very uncomfortable to watch. The Taihi. My brain is not working, Remo. I can't figure it out. Oh, the tidy whitey scene. You're talking about the tidy whitey scene. You've seen the movie. Yeah, it was uncomfortable. And then they called the one fat boy tits. And I guess they were trying to rape him. And then Joe and I noticed, damn, his tits are bigger than the girls. So there was your homosexual content. These straight boys trying to rape this fat kid they call tits. Derek says, oh yeah, I like Marnie. Kiara, I have bifocals for now. Hopefully I get glasses I want. Good luck there, brother. Remo Nolan. Man, you guys, fuck, I can't keep up with you. Nolan should really get back to the forum. No Excuses Supreme can really help you. Oh, God. Thanks, Remo. Thanks. He can succeed. Can you ask your girl why she is attracted to you? Oh, geez. Jovina. Oh, this fellow wants to know why. Let's take back it up. Why were you attracted to me back then?
Why was I attracted?
Now, she said, because you look like a super player who could get any girl in the room, quoting her from 2006 when I started doing podcast shows. Anyways, why?
You just have like a confidence about you.
I just had like a confidence about me. Can you talk a little bit louder so they can hear you?
Sylvester's demanding my attention.
Is he? Oh.
So yeah, I mean, you just had a confidence about you, and you had a look, kind of a real manly man look.
You never said that before. A real manly man look.
Well, you did.
I look like an asshole then.
That too, but that could be overlooked
really?
at the moment. Have the asshole look?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the player asshole kind of a look.
Okay. I never said that before. That's interesting. Okay.
Thought it would be obvious.
But why would you even want to go? I've always asked that.
always thought, I know you do, but I never really thought it was going to go anywhere.
So you knew, okay, so you never thought it was going to go anywhere, and so you decided to just get some sex. Yeah? Yes or no?
Yeah, isn't that what you were trying to get?
So you're still playing the game. By the way,
yeah,
women play the game too, fellas.
Yeah. I was, even though I was starting to steer in the direction of just calling it quits.
See, you never get a woman's life story. I'm still learning something. So I finally got out of you. You were willing to just get sex. You never said that before. You never admitted that shit.
Yeah. Well, I guess we never really talked about it. Because when you ask questions, sometimes that was one of the questions you actually never asked me.
Yeah, that's true.
Until now.
You cheap trick.
What? What are you talking?
I'm a man. We can be cheap. We can be all about pussy. But you just want some fucking dick. Ain't that a motherfucking bitch? I'm out of here, damn it.
Bye, Alicia.
Damn. Ain't that a bitch? She just wants some dick. Are you guys surprised? You shouldn't be. That's what I told you. The guys that, go out with women, they bring them to their apartments, and they don't end up getting pussy. The girls leave disappointed. This motherfucker didn't give me no dick. I want some dick.
Yeah, they leave. This is exactly what they leave thinking.
So,
what the hell's wrong with them?
Let me ask you a question then. So, your belief is player dick is better than the nice guy dick.
Yeah, because if you're nice,
get back over here. Nice guys need to hear this shit. I just thought of a new question.
Here's the thing.
When a girl goes to your apartment, she's expecting something.
Yeah, she wants some dick.
If she does not get it, she's leaving thinking, what was wrong with him?
Yeah, okay. Now,
what was his
I want to get to the player dick, nice guy dick. Players are more fun than nice guys. That's always been my belief.
Yeah, but some nice guys will go for it.
Yeah, but I'm sure you've been out with a couple of nice guys.
A couple, yeah.
Compare them to the guys that you knew were players. Were they not better in bed? More. That's all I was a contender. I don't know.
Fun.
More fun?
More fun.
So players help girls relax. Is that true or not true?
A nice guy's too concerned with every little detail of the situation.
What do you mean?
I don't know. They feel, I guess that maybe they feel like, they're in the back of their mind. I feel like they're worried about, is this going to be called rape later? Stupid things like that.
Really?
You have concern. I think that's what they might be thinking that kind of holds them back a little bit.
So basically, nice guys.
I don't know. You
nice guys don't bring the full.
What they're actually thinking.
Okay.
But that's just my.
I would like to ask some nice guys on here about that.
Yeah,
but so nice guys, they don't bring the full package.
Or maybe they're thinking, oh, I really want a relationship out of this. Maybe
and you weren't ready to do a relationship then, yeah. Okay.
I don't know. You would have to.
Now, Jovina, she ain't hard to get off. All you gotta do is ram the dick in her. You're one of those. You're not a clip person. So, difference between a nice guy doing the physical sex thing and players was?
I think nice guys are too worried about being
bad boys, of being freaky.
No, they're too worried about what you're not
worried about how they come off.
Maybe, yeah, they don't want to come off as maybe an asshole.
So
because after all, they are a nice guy, so they don't want to be seen as an asshole or.
And do women want to be treated like the bitch you truly are? Well, one comedian says in bed.
It depends on what they're looking for that particular night. If they're looking for just sex, that's one thing. If they're looking for a relationship, then maybe the nice guy could win over the player.
And girls go to club. The freaks ain't looking for really relationships, but the good girls are. They
might be on the off chance that they do find a relationship. It depends on what stage in their life they're at.
Interesting.
But that's something you have to kind of dig her a little bit to find out, get information from her to see what she really wants.
I've always contended that nice guys they stay in their heads and they do one thing. That means they stay in their heads even during sex. That means they don't show their true sexual nature, their true sexual power. Whereas players, we tend to be more relaxed and we bring it to the bedroom.
Well, the nice guy is overthinking the whole incident.
If they're overthinking, that means they can't be in the moment. They can't tune into you. They can't relax.
They can't relax. So if they can't relax, they can't make the woman relax. That's the whole point.
Can you imagine how a nice guy all stuck his head, being afraid, transferring fear to a woman and uncomfortableness?
Well, no.
You ever felt uncomfortable with one of those nice guys?
Not necessarily fear, but insecurity.
They come off insecure even in bed?
Yeah.
Fuck. That's some fucked up shit.
Again, it varies. It depends on the individual. Some nice guys can probably pull it off.
You're hoping. Look what I'm dealing with. Nice guys on YouTube ain't doing shit. So they're doing nice guy sex, whereas players, I think players tend to be more on the freaky side and willing to do other things, and we're more focused on getting the girl off. That's what my belief is. J-Man, what happened to SR9? We've already talked about him. Derek Kelly, yeah, I remember watching him and Sarah talk to you and Jovina. It's actually with a J and only one N. Jovina. A good try.
Oh,
Govina is a good try.
close enough.
SR9 is in the simp zone. He's lost in space. I think he's given up. True Light, you shouldn't talk about other players. Hurt Locker, what's the best way to get a chick to orgasm besides pounder? Pounder only works on certain types of chicks. 75% of women can get clitoral orgasms. Learn about the clitoris. Go to Google Images, look at the clit, and read some articles on it. Or you can get, I'm not going to push my product, but you could get my product from my store. He's not a player, he's a simp, yes. She always has the gold dildo, LO Supreme. You're sensitive about sex thing. I thought you're teaching us guys not to be ashamed of our sexuality. Butt sex is not normal sex. You're sticking up their shithole. And yes, I did it. But I told you guys I had a twisted reason for it. Right? So I was twisted back then, as I admitted to. I realize, Michael Nolan, that you're European, and you guys do have a long history of anal sex in Europe, and that's part of your energy and stuff. But I'm not European. I'm descended from Africans. So it's not part of our history, and nor is homosexuality. Hurt Locker, that sounds like me. Derek Kelly, yeah, I'll give them orgasms first, then get mine. Good. There's a difference between being ashamed and being obsessed, and that's true. Thank you, Remo. Hurt Locker, in high school, everyone kept saying, you got to have a big penis. No, you don't, to satisfy her, but it wasn't until after I found out you got to satisfy them in other ways. Yeah, if you got a 3-inch dick, you can still get a girl off with your dick. But you do want to learn other stuff, like, eating pussy. In fact, in watching the Gigolo show, and I want to show you guys this photograph that I took, that I have. The coolest dude on the show has got the smallest dick on the show. He's got a fuck, they show these guys privates. He's not even taller than Brace, but he's the coolest dude on the show. I also want to, I don't know if I did the video on this, but I know I did it for my site. You see how he twists his brim? And notice the length of the brim. Where have you seen this type of hat? By the way, black dudes, have you noticed they wear those long duckbill brims? Look like Elmer Fudd type of shit, or bonnets, and they keep them straight. The coolest guy does a cool guy thing, as you've seen with the way I wore my hat. But this dude is a gigolo, and he's on the show The Gigolo. Whether they're the actual gigolos, but they're taking these stories from these gigolos. I submit to you that they are part of the TV show, and they do take real experience from real gigolos, whether they're real or not. But he's like the coolest guy on the show, and he's got the smallest one. If you could back it out, also the positions, if you watch the position they get the girls in, their hips are tilted upwards. They do the where the legs are over their shoulders, and they ride them high. That puts the G-spot up so that all they got to do is ram their dicks in. It's going to hit their G-spot. Very clever. I've rarely done that position, believe it or not. When I was young, yeah, but I've rarely done that. But if you have a smaller one, you want to put her legs up so that her hips are tilted upwards. You don't have to put a pillow under her hips. You notice all of them do that same position. And it does hit the G-spot. By the way, Michael, I'm not ashamed of my sexuality. You have an obsession with anal sex. You're obsessed with it. I'm ashamed of your obsession. I don't want to talk about it. True Light, you're too much of a nice guy to understand about any sex act. It's dirty to you. I never said anal sex. Well, it is a shitty proposition. It is a shitty deal. You're sticking your dick up a human being's asshole where they shit at of. So it is dirty, physically dirty. I don't think it's mentally dirty as much. But it is physically dirty and nasty. Truly, I tried some of your seductive lines on a girl at a party yesterday. She told me later, my friend, I was coming across creepy. That's what you get for trying the lines from my online dating stuff. I don't have seductive lines, truly. I'm going to say this again. Actually, let me ask a question. Have any of you guys ever known me to put out seductive lines? Anybody? Have I ever put out seductive lines? This is where you fuck shit up, Truly Enlightened. I don't have seductive lines. Now I want to ask you, what did you say? Don't ban Truly Enlightened. We're having a dialogue. I want to know, what did he say? And how do you mistake this stuff for lines? Or there's something else? True Enlightened, you're in fantasy. I never told you anything. Truly Enlightened, why do you think that was? Do you think we should take? Damn it. Let's see. Remo, I'm joking. You know I joke with Jovina. There's the cheap trick.
About?
Huh?
What is he worried about?
Savage, how I call you a cheap trick.
Oh.
There are times I'm gonna simp out for a minute. There are times, I look at Jovina and I think, I'm glad she's in my life.
And other times?
I want the fuck out of here. I'm sick of this house. This house is killing me. I want to just sleep in the back of my truck and just drive the countryside.
You do sleep in the back of the truck sometimes.
Yeah, I do sleep in the back of the truck sometimes, but I want to be out on the road. I'd like to take you with me, but that way I have some pussy with me. It's kind of lonely out there. I need to get laid. Okay, let's see. True Enlightened. I tried some seductive lines. To Michael Nolan. Why do you think that was? Do you think we should take your game and modernize it?
Modernize.
That's what I got to say. Modernize it.
What the hell is he talking about?
I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Someone said that recently. Can you come up with some rules for 2017? As if women have changed. And I said that truly modernize them. Guys are getting laid every day off my advice. There's no modernizing. What worked for me in 2005 still works the same. True Light, what are you talking about, Michael? Michael, True Light, you're confusing me. Truly, how is that creepy? How is that creepy, Remo? A Hurt Locker. So you said the girl look for a guy that can dance. Girls don't look for guys that dance. They like guys that can dance. Okay? I'm going to ask you. The IT novel had an underage gang rape scene, I believe. Oh, the It novel. I never read the novel. I saw the original. I don't remember the original, but I did see it. Remo, you can't try random seduction techniques if your frame of the conversation doesn't get to that point. I don't use the word frame. I want to hear what he said to girls that they thought was creepy. The truth, okay. Michael Nolan, he's talking to Michael Nolan. Remo, I'll be getting another product soon. Lads, advice, should I text my matches on Tinder or wait for them to text me? If they're matches, does not mean anything. That's done by the company, but knock yourself out. Because on Tinder, I've never seen a girl actually, I don't know if girls will text you first. I guess it's texting or whatever you guys do. When I was working with a fella, we text them his matches. What is this, Remo? Did this whole thing cost you $5? Women will have sex. Let me ignore this. Let me get to questions. Trudy says anal sex is homosexual and dangerous. It is dangerous without a condom in today's society because if you create ripping and she has AIDS, you increase your chance of getting AIDS. Remo tells Michael your obsession with anal sex is wrong. Let's just get off the subject. Obviously, Michael Nolan has trouble with his dick size. That's why he wants a smaller hole. He is Northern European, very cold climate. There's no reason for a dick to grow to any large lengths, biologically. Those colder environments cause the dick to grow closer to the penis for warmth, to the balls or the body for warmth. Truly, not all Asians are small. That is a bad stereotype. Okay. So you're sporting 8 inches, huh? Michael Nolan, not really why women do it. They are, okay, truly, I understand. Anal sex can lead to HIV. It's a natural act. Picture this, Truly Enlightened. Let's say you were European during the Ice Age. And the women in the tribe in the cave were pregnant. But you want anal, but you wanted sex. You wanted sex. Your woman's pregnant. You want sex. So what are you to do? And I'm sure there are superstitions about the pussy after she was pregnant. So what do you do? Obviously, you're going to stick it up her or some child's butt. male or female. And that's what evolved out of history. So it becomes part of your energy, the energy of the morphic field of people that came at the Ice Age. So I can see where Michael can have his obsession with it. Anal sex is not my thing. Okay, I'm going to skip the anal sex conversation and just move on. Truly, I remember you said, lower your eyes and tilt your head. It didn't really work, and I was a little intoxicated. It worked for me. It works for my kids. It's worked for other players. Can you guys picture this baby face here? Tilt his head back. He's fucked up, drunk, and tilt his head back and then lower his eyes. How about you just try to talk normal? I asked you, what did you say? And I'm still asked that question. And you haven't answered me here, truly. If you could, answer my question. Ah, shit. Michael's asked, what did he say on the text, Supreme, on Yinder? He means Tinder. He said what I told him to say, and it worked. He got laid. And that's, a client that I was working with. Derek Kelly never eat booty before. Excuse me for being racially profiling here, but that's a white guy thing. Eat pussy, eat booty. That's what I've noticed growing up in my 58 years. A lot of blacks don't do that. There are some that do. How do I pause this? I can't pause this. Jovina. I'm sorry to ask this. I'm just curious about black dudes. Any of you ever try to stick their tongue up your asshole?
No.
Okay, good.
Why would you ask that? That's just...
Yeah, I know. I think there are black guys that have tried that. I just can't believe that there's not. Because there are black guys that actually want girls to do strap-ons now. It's crossed over to our community. They're ironic that this video is all about tall girls for shorter guys. I just matched with a girl. She's my height. Cool. I don't remember everything I said. I was kind of drunk trying to build confidence. So because you were drunk, you say that what I put out doesn't work. Can you see why sometimes I get irritated with you? Oh, yeah, Derek says, I'd never do it. Songs are coming out about it. Eating booty like groceries. Yeah, I've heard a song say that there, Derek. So they're going after our race now to get us to do abnormal sex acts. Because you're eating shit. You're eating a girl's asshole with germs, shit. I've gotten blowjob, normal sex. I'm done with this conversation. It's devolved from player to eating ass. If you guys don't have any questions, I'll finish off this show. Thanks for bringing down my conversation, Michael. Thanks for ruining my show. Go back and look at how you ruined my show, Michael. Truly Enlightened says we had a conversation about alpha males, how dudes are femme now. Interesting conversation for you to be having. Why would you ever engage a woman in that conversation? How did it come up? Because you're not a very masculine male, to be honest with you. You're actually on the femme side, from my perspective, from what I know of engaging with you. For all I know, you could be on juice and all rocked out like the face you used to put up, but you're not. You go to Comic-Con stuff. You watch female anime shit. And I don't want to have a conversation on that. J-Man, do you think the reason why a lot of guys struggle in the game is because of a shitty work ethic? No. No, Jay. I don't see the core. Only correlation I can see in that is the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. But there are guys, thug black dudes who get a lot of ghetto pussy, who don't even work. There are black dudes that find women to live off of. They don't work. And they get pussy. Truly, I didn't say it didn't work. I was trying to figure out where I went wrong. Okay. Let's say the conversation about alpha males. That's not something you want to have with a female. You probably bought it up in some way. Because that's not something someone's going to bring up at a party. And it makes you look insecure. She work ethic not just around women, but in life in general. I think you both need some therapy there, Michael Nolan. Truly, I started it because he started. I want her to see I as a more masculine type. That's sad, truly, because that just makes you look like a non-masculine male. Remember, you are Japanese. That means you're not very tall. You're not very big. You're not very masculine. Not that there are not masculine Japanese, because I used to live there and I saw tons of them. I'm referring, and you've been to Japan before, to your parents' country, the blockhead ones that do judo or Shotokan. They look masculine. They look masculine as kids too. I've been off base and scrapping, running. These blockheads. That's the pot calling the kettle black. You see it. Ringo sees it too. Both of you knuckleheads need some therapy. I'm not one who needs. Yeah, you do, Michael. You hung up on blank, but I can bring that up. Time for me to roll anyway, fellas. J-Man Michael Nolan needs get his mind really stuck on things. See, other people notice it, Michael. It's now 1 o'clock. Yeah, it's time. Good time to end the show. So I'm out of here, fellas. You guys have a good weekend. Michael, don't bring up anal sex again, okay? Okay? You grow your confidence. You grow your confidence. I'm taking it personally because you brought up the subject of anal sex. It devolves my intelligent conversation here. Okay? Every time you do that, it brings the room down to trash level. And I appreciate it if you don't bring it up again. See, you notice no one feels that way except you. And we can't revolve this whole show around you. That's very self-centered. So on that note, because I'm now in a devolved state because of that conversation, it's time to go. Okay, fellas? 15 views, very good on Sunday. Damn, I gotta dye this next. I'm trying to see if I can grow a beard. I think it'll probably, like my father, take till 60 before I can actually grow one. But so far, it's not too bad. I'm out. Peace.